WC Trucking. Doing a different live video today. Honestly, I wanted to do a production video today. I didn't have the opportunity to. It's kind of a long story. Well, it's actually not a very long story. It's actually a quite short story. And we're not going to be on here all that long because in a little while I have to stop at a store. So I'll go ahead and let some people jump on here and get into it. Now already 10 of yous are on and 6 likes. All right, that's better than 50%. So far, so good. Yo, what's up? I usually try to read everybody's stuff so I can read your comment, but I'm gonna have a hard time reading your name because the comment itself comes out bright, but the name comes in dim. So I'm gonna have a hard time with that. So I'm not even gonna try with the names. I'm just gonna read the comments as I can, as best as I can. Obviously, we're into Hemi Duallie. We're in Ohio right now. Actually, me and the mouse in my pocket. Yeah, it's just me. Jen had work today, so on this little special mission trip we're doing, we are going alone until we get to Pennsylvania. So this was kind of a last minute, actually it was a straight up last minute thing. So I had to kind of quick figure out how I was going to play this out today, and then get moving. So long story short, read the comments. So I think my plans were postponed / canceled, sadly. So the off-road trip we were planning, most likely, if it happens, ain't gonna happen where I was planning and not when I was planning. That's actually probably a good thing right now. So long story short, now most of you guys, listen, if you're a fan of me and you're subscribing to my channel, you already know what's going on with Tim Gentry. So he long story short, that has to do with what I'm doing right now. So last week, now he hauls boats for I shouldn't say primarily, but I know that's what he does, what largely he puts on his channel. I know these roads are terrible. So he hauls boats, and he just bought a brand new Waltron trailer that is specifically built to haul very large boats. Matter of fact, anything that goes on that trailer, there you go. Anything that goes on that trailer is a yacht. It's not a boat. It's a yacht. So he had picked up one up in my territory. He went up there to Baltimore to load this boat. It's a gigantic sailboat. I think, what was it, like 60 feet long or something along that range? It wouldn't really, for that trailer, it's not very long, but it's wide. It's like 16 feet wide. It's got this gigantic keel that some of the weight rests on. I remember watching them. And being at 16 wide, he needs a pilot car on the front, tail escort to the rear. So when he went and loaded it, he used his own guys in his own truck for the pilot, not the pilot, the rear escort for the truck. So he loaded it, and it's considered a super load. So apparently his permits sent him out of Baltimore up 83 north into Pennsylvania to 81 north to 80. And that's where the weather shut him down, because last week Pennsylvania was having a lot of storms and snow. And about the same time, we were getting hammered in Wisconsin with snow and what they technically called the blizzard. I think we got about 8-9 inches. But for a while, it was pretty snowy, pretty windy, actually. It wasn't a lot of snow, but after it got done snowing, it was real cold. So since the load is going to, I think he said, Racine, Wisconsin, obviously they're not in any major hurry for the load. It's just a matter of getting it out of the ports. So they pulled his permits. He couldn't go any farther from where the truck currently sitting with the trailer and the load in Pennsylvania. So now I usually do wide loads also, but when I do, they're nowhere near as big as 10. I think the biggest load I've ever done in my life was a 14 wide, where it's also a little long, and I actually scratch that, it was a lot wider than that. So I have had to use Escorts in the past, but to be honest, I haven't had anything like that since I started the channel, or rather since I started actually filming the trucking side of my channel. So so basically I know what I'm doing when it comes to wide loads and what is required, or what would make Tim's life easier as an escort. So long story short, Tim left the truck in a trailer and went back to Tennessee to deal with stuff at home rather than just sit with it while he waited out the weather. And then when the weather cleared, now you got the weekend. So with normal loads like what I do, you can run them, but not a 16 wide super load. Not possible, and they won't let it. So tomorrow he starts moving. So he started heading up there last night late, or technically really early this morning, to head up there. But last night he called me. Actually, he messaged me first, then he called me. I called him, then he called me. We got together, started yapping, and said, "Hey, can you run your Ram out there and run a rear Escort for me? We have one of his guys had some kind of an issue that he had to take care of, wasn't available to do it." And I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. So I shot over to my shop real quick. I figured, let me go ahead and get the banners and stuff out of Orwell and get the truck ready to go. So if you saw the thumbnail, rather than just hang the banner on the back bumper of the truck and risk it flapping up and hitting the tailgate and stuff, I figured I made a sign bracket out of a big piece of plywood, like I think 3/4 inch piece of plywood and some angle iron, and I hooked it to an adjustable trailer hitch and bolted it down hard so it won't flap around. That way the sign is big and wide. And then what I did is I set up wooden brackets on the end of it to hook my wide load flags. That way the flags are as wide as the fenders of the truck. That way it makes it very obvious from behind the truck that I'm escorting a big huge load in front of me. So if I'm making erratic maneuvers, it's very obvious why. So go ahead and hit that like button, by the way, guys. Got 327 of you guys on there, 95 likes. You need to get them up. And I hate to keep begging for that. I'm not begging. It's just that it helps the algorithm push the channel. So 95 likes for 300 people. Come on, guys. That's not even a third. We got to get that moving. So long story short, I set the truck up for Escort service, and then I ran out. I have spare CB radios. The trouble with Orwell, I don't think is just the radio. I think it's his antenna. So I have a Cobra 29 LTD Classic that's been worked over and got all the stuff in it. Then I have a better radio in Orwell, but it wasn't going to take Orwell apart. But I did take the signs out of them for that. So I have of course, I'm running a Safe Truck by Miss Carita, signs and flags and banners and all that fun stuff. So I got the dually all set up, ready to ride. So I had to stop at Love's on my way. I swung through Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. And all I needed a microphone. So I got me a brand new Road King noise canceling mic. And I got myself a power cord to hook my CB up to my cigarette lighter plug. And then I got an aux cord jack so I can plug the CB audio into the pickup truck stereo system. That way I'll have a better, rather than like an aftermarket speaker like I run, or actually like an Orwell would be up here. That way it'll run right over my stereo. That'll make my life a lot easier for the audio side of it to hear. Plus it'll make a better video for you guys. Of course, I brought all my GoPros. Well, not all. I grabbed 3 of the 4, which is why I'm going to stop here probably in about 30-40 minutes. I got to swing through a Best Buy, and I want to get a new GoPro because my Hero 8s have the small batteries, and they don't do good in the cold. Those batteries are all kind of old, and honestly, they've been lasting only 20-30 minutes. Where it used to last like 45, so I'm going to get me a new Hero, what is it, a 10 or 11 or 9 or whatever the hell they are now. Yeah, 9s. They got the bigger batteries, so I'll probably grab one more GoPro and a battery. That way I can set up cameras real nice for make the video. But yeah, so Tim asked me if I could run the Escort with the tail Escort with the dually, and I'm like, yeah, sure, hell yeah, let's do it. So I ran to the shop, set up the truck, got that hitch sign made, got a magnet mount antenna for the roof, and Tim said he's got a magnet mount strobe that also hooked to the cigarette lighter. So I may stop at Truck World to try to find one that is mine that I'll just keep for any potential use for me in the future. You never know, we might do it again. So rather than just rely on, I don't know what he has, but I'll see what Truck World has potentially, see what they got over at Hubbard. We'll see what they have for magnet mounted strobes. I'll try to make my own. If not, I'll use his, and then we'll go about that way. So then I'll be escorting Rooster and the brand new Waltron trailer and this gigantic yacht sitting on top of it. So I'm gonna try to make it a good video with 4 cameras. I should have one. What I'm hoping to do, I can't promise it. What I'm hoping to do is suction cup one on the back of the pilot car that'll face Rooster. I'm hoping to hook up one in the front of Rooster to face the pilot car. Another one on the back of the trailer, magnet mounted to face me. Another one suction cup to my windshield to face Tim. And then we'll just switch them out a little bit. Maybe I don't know. I got 4 cameras. I'll be able to figure it out on how to do it and make a cool video throughout the whole thing. So yeah, that's the thing. So yeah, right now we're currently in Ohio and heading east. Got the Hemi Duallie and got the cruise control set. And we're just rolling along out here. Just well, I was gonna say trailer trucking, but I'm not trailer trucking. Although I wish I was. Smooth the ride out in this damn thing. Yeah, 1-ton trucks and 1 ton. I don't call these trucks 1 tons. A whole hell of a lot more than 1 ton. But yeah, Duallie pickup trucks, empty. The ride sucks. And this one's got the heavy duty suspension, heavier duty than what the normal ones have if you just order them kind of by themselves. So yeah, the ride is terrible unless you put a load on them. Could be like this guy, I wish. Oh, I wish I was like this guy right here. Loaded down, he's got a nice smooth ride in there. But yeah, he's got that big old, see that C on the dash? On the fender, he's got that big old Cummins. That's cool. But yeah, that's, to me, if you do that professionally, that makes sense to put the diesel in your pickup. But half the mileage on this truck is just driving my butt to and from the shop. There's no need to pay for the cat piss, the exhaust system, and all that whatnot. So I like my Hemi powered Duallie. It does the job just fine. So that's the thing here. 406 people on, 233 likes. Alrighty, let's get that going up there. Are you on your way to Tim's? No, I am on my way to Pennsylvania to where Tim's truck and trailer is. No need to go all the way down to Tennessee to turn around and come all the way back. Now, I've been talking about going off-road with my sons, or my son in Tennessee. That's probably not going to happen now, only in the fact that by the time we got the load unloaded, I was supposed to be loaded up with my trailer and heading to Tennessee by Wednesday morning to be there Wednesday night to start off-roading Thursday. Sean only has a set amount of days off, and he only has those particular days. He can't shift them. So the option was for me to get there late or postpone it a month. But then postponing it a month also means we're probably going to have to change where we're going, which is fine. So probably postpone it a month, to be honest. I've been on a good roll with the shop, and the fact we're doing a collab with Tim overhauling the sailboat, it probably better off just to wait on it anyway. Plus the weather might be a little nicer, maybe a smidge warmer. Then again, the weather might be worse. You never really know. So we'll see how that plays out. I'm not really sure. It's still possible we'll do it like now, like when we get back. It just depends on how quick. But being it's a super load, I don't see. Honestly, I don't see us getting down there anytime quick, because you figure in Pennsylvania you got about 4 hours worth of running to do. Ohio is every bit of 5 to 6 hours across. That's Wednesday all day. Not Wednesday, it's Monday all day. Tuesday is probably remainder of Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, and then maybe Wednesday morning unload. I'm not really sure. So it's possible, but I couldn't guarantee it. And it wasn't, when a good friend of you calls and says, hey, I could use help and make an awesome video, I'm like, you know what? You don't tell that man no. You just do what you got to do to make it happen. So yesterday I set the Duallie up ready to ride with, consider I had nothing other than equipment for Orwell to use. I have no equipment, no plans on doing this job. So I had to quickly make something happen last night, which means that's why there's no produced video today, because we are not, I didn't have time to edit yesterday. By the time I got done, and ate dinner. It was late, which really, that other thing kind of stunk because yesterday me and Jen made, I made homemade spaghetti sauce with, made a meat sauce. So I used 2 racks of ribs in the sauce, and then we had spaghetti. That was supposed to be leftovers for 3 days. I won't be home. So Jen has the ribs all to herself. She's got the spaghetti all to herself, and she ain't gonna eat them all. So I guess my neighbors are gonna eat good in my absence. Oh well, it is what it is. The other thing was I was gonna freeze the leftover sauce and then bring that to Tennessee because we were gonna have a cabin where we were off-roading, and then Sean could have, all you gotta do is boil macaroni, and then Sean could have had Dad's homemade sauce, which is really Grandma's homemade sauce, his grandma, my mom's homemade sauce, and yeah, that was the plan. Well, plan didn't work out. That's okay. We'll do it another day, another way, right? Plus, also the other thing was I was also worried that if after we went off-roading and then we went down to go see Tim, that'd be about the time where Ashley was going to give birth to their new baby girl, or that happened while I was down there. And to be honest, that's personal stuff for them. They don't need me around while they're dealing with a brand new infant baby. So that was the other thing I really didn't want to be around for that. The timing just was more and more seeming like I should be doing this Escort move and not trying to do collabs with Tim in Tennessee, where he needs to be with his family and not be with dealing with a visitor. So I'll have to make everything else. Of course, I will not be going to see James Pretty either as scheduled, but we'll have to figure it out another day, another way. Don't worry.
Watch out, vehicle on shoulder ahead.
Thank you, Waze. Yeah, I use that in the pickup too. So yeah, me and James Pretty are gonna have to make that another day, another way also. But that's fine. We're big people. We can make stuff happen here. Yes, I'm on my way to Pennsylvania. Come on, people. It's not that difficult. Smash that like button. That's right. 307 likes. Let's go. We need to get that more than that. 444 he is. Man, I thought I'd do better today. All right, here. I am in Ohio now. Somebody said that. I can read the comments easy because they're bright, but the names are very hard to read at this distance, and for obvious reasons I can't read everything, so it's just not really sure, trying to figure out where's the seatbelt getting unloaded. I don't know. I believe he said Racine, Wisconsin. I know it's in Wisconsin. I believe he said Racine, which is like south of Milwaukee. So that's all I know, which honestly isn't really all that much. I don't even know the routing they're going to take them, or send them, I should say. Not really sure. The 2-day trip, yeah, minimum 2-day trip, because you're allowed half hour before sunrise to half hour after sunset, and that's official. So by the time it's actually for real dark, you're supposed to be parked. So that, at least most states, is how they run. Indiana, I know for a fact you can run 10 wide at night. That's the entirety of the state, but he's 16 wide. If I remember right from watching this video, he's not even tall. He's just wide, like really wide. And the bulk of it's in the middle and up high. So like literally a car can't hit the boat. And it maybe the mast, but the boat, because the mast is laying sideways. Car can't hit the boat. It'll hit the trailer first. But it can hit the trailer. But a truck can smack the side of the boat. So that's the thing too, where Tim has to know and be notified of everything coming around him. Now what I've always done...
Watch out, vehicle on shoulder ahead.
What I've always done with my rear Escorts when I had to use them in the past was, don't bother telling me about the cars unless it's a skinny road or, gets real narrow. But if, obviously I want to know about every semi coming around. That's how I always done it. So I'm at Tim's mercy. I work at the pleasure of him. So what he wants, he gets. It's really that simple. My job at that point is to make life as easy as possible for the oversized load truck. That's the job of the rear Escort, and that's what I'll be doing. So what he wants, he gets. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. As for me, I don't mind this at all, because I'm in the pickup truck, so I don't have to worry about any of that nonsense that he has to. I'm just dealing with what I have to do on my end. So yeah, it'd be nice to make a good video, help a friend. and so on. So I'm looking forward to it. To be honest, I'm absolutely forward to it. Just drive safely. Watch out for stupid. Oh yeah, well that goes without saying. People get real dumb around big loads. I don't know why. People are oohing and ahhing. You know, who the hell knows? People just do dumb crap. Man, you go a long way around explaining what's going on. Tell your truck. Whatever, brother. I don't know what else to do. I don't even know what else to tell you. You don't like me doing what I'm doing? Hit the unlike button and then get the hell out of here. You don't like what I'm talking. What am I supposed to do? I'm sitting in the pickup truck talking to you. What am I supposed to do? Not talk to you? That'd be the greatest life of all. Let me just sit in the truck and not do nothing, not say nothing. That sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, let's do that instead. I don't even know who Victory Outdoor Services is. I should, but I don't. See here. Someone says hi. I'm gonna scroll towards the end here quick. So made for an epic road trip. Can't wait to see your production. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely do a production video on it for sure. No doubt about that. I just got to figure out like how how I'm gonna do the placement, when and where, all that kind of fun stuff. And I don't know. Like I said, you set the GoPros, you press record, and you see what happens. If crap happens in front of you, then it makes for a good video. If it don't happen, then you kind of have to just do it. But I've never done a video where you'll hear the cross traffic on the CB radio between the pilot car and tail car and the driver himself. So it should be an interesting side, especially from both angles. Obviously from Tim's perspective as the driver of the truck, and everybody else that is Gentry and Sons, and in my perspective as the tail escort. So I think it'll be a different video than the likes that probably has never even been seen. No one really kind of talked about the ins and outs on the big load game. When you're doing the big wide spur loads. It works out good. Heck, you never know. I might do this more often. It does seem kind of silly to use such a gigantic truck when all you have to do is have a blinking light, 2 signs, and 2 flags. But it's what I run, and I'm certainly not going to convert Jen's car into a pole car, or pilot car. So I'd have to get something else. To be honest, if I did this full time, or not full time, but more regularly, I would do it. I'd probably set up my white Cadillac, to be honest, and get that going again. I'd probably use the Caddy. Caddy burns less fuel than the Duallie. It's still a big, nice, comfy car. I don't know, but I wouldn't necessarily buy a whole nother car to do the job either. It's just a car I have that I wouldn't mind having back running. So that engine has rounded a connecting rod, so we're gonna a connecting rod journal. I did put rod bearings in it, standard, and it's the rod bearings, not rod bearings. The connecting rod's too ovaled out. It ran too far, too long by the prior owner on 7 cylinders, and I can tell you which cylinder it is because that's the rod that keeps going out. So yeah, if you're dragging around a dead cylinder too long, after a while you will severely oval out your connecting rod and make a gap for a rod knock. So yeah, that's kind of how that's going. So yeah, I figured shoot the bull, which is real quick, let you know what's going on. And yeah, so tomorrow morning we'll be escorting a big super load with Tim Gentry, and sometime after that we'll put out a cool ass video for you. So yeah, I also wanted to get on early while there was still decent daylight, and I know Tim was going to drop a video tonight, one of his produced videos, I believe, because he did a live yesterday trying to get everything started. He had a lot of issues with getting trucks started because it was so damn cold in Tennessee. So they just got done with that big, huge snowstorm then. Well, for Wisconsin, it wasn't a big, huge storm, but for Tennessee, it certainly was a problem. So, but yeah, I know today he's supposed to drop a video, and I don't like overlapping, because I always feel like if we drop a video at the same time, or if I'm doing a live and he drops a video, it kind of takes away, because we have so much cross-pollination between the 2 channels. So, a lot of Gentry fans are fans of me, and I feel all you guys should be fans of Tim. So I feel like, if we hit the time at the same time, we kind of shoot ourselves in the foot at the same time, and it don't help anybody out. So that's the other reason I want to do it early. Plus, lighting is the thing. So can't wait to see the Ford cab overdone and running. Yeah, somebody commented on that. Yeah, I can't wait either. I tell you what, I've been making good progress, and had a promising interview on Saturday with a mechanic for a full-time spot at the shop. Hopefully starting the springtime. So he'd have to move to come to work for me full-time. So that's going to take time. But I'm going to give time to make a final decision. He's got to decide whether that's truly what he wants to do as far as picking up and moving to come work at the shop. But it was a very promising interview. I left out of there. Honestly, I left out of there happier than I was when I walked in. And all of a sudden, recently in my life, a lot of things are starting to work out a lot better than they were. So I'm very thankful for that. All of a sudden, things in life are working good. It's hard to explain, but opportunities are... I've put myself in a position to get these opportunities, but all at the same time, I'm very grateful. I think things are improving as far as the channel, the shop, the truck, all of that, everything, every bit of it's getting better. So I'm really impressed with that. I'll just say March is going to be a very busy. March should be, if I'm right. March should be a very busy month for me professionally in every aspect. YouTube, shop, truck, everything. Add it all up, it'll be a busy month. So that's awesome. I like that. Let's reverse the thing here so you kind of get a different view, because this is I don't know, probably just tired of looking at me. Someone else is crying and whining about whatever. So I don't mean to be out here too long. That wasn't the plan anyway. Brian Hunt. What are you talking about, Brian Hunt? I did see that. What are you talking about there? Or are you one of Tim's boys? See, I'm trying not to... I don't want to give it away, but I don't... it's like... I know where the truck's at. If Tim wants to say where the truck's at, that's one thing. I don't really want to give it up. It's in Pennsylvania. That's about all I really know. No, I'm on it. I'm on cellular. I'm just straight on cellular. My Starlink doesn't work mobile. It only works stationary. I have to be sitting still. I mean, if I threw it on my roof, it'll just blow away. We're going down the road at a good clip, so it'll just blow off. Weather forecast. Well, I don't know what the forecast is. It's 21 now, which is 21 degrees warmer than it was at home. So for me, it's like a heat wave. Woohoo! Oh, the other thing, I gotta wash the truck. Look how dirty that thing is. Look at my rear fenders. They're just caked in yuckiness. Ugh. Yeah, that's for sure. I'm probably gonna stop. As long as the line ain't big, I'll stop at the Blue Beacon, because a regular car wash usually isn't big enough. I noticed one near home, County Road N in Appleton and Interstate 41. It's a conveyor belt type, and the dually fits right in there, and it just fits in there. But I can squeeze it in there, and I can get it washed, and it comes out pretty good for a touchless car wash. Anywhere else, I don't really trust it, because I don't know the area. So I don't trust any other normal car wash. Truck's just too damn big. So we'll run her through the Beacon and over by Truck World if the line ain't too big. I want to pull in there Truck World anyway to see about the strobe lights. Can that Dodge run with Rooster? Of course it can. It's an empty Dodge. Yeah, it's enough. There's plenty of power to drag two flags, two signs, and a strobe light. I'm in Ohio coming. I love to meet Brian Hunt. Well, it's not my scene, brother. So, I mean, it's a truck stop. So if you see us somewhere, whatever it is, what it is. I ain't trying to make this into no meet and greet. That's why I ain't saying where nothing is. I'm just saying where I am. I'm heading east, and I will be stopping at a Best Buy somewhere. And then I plan on being at Truck World later, and then hopefully at the Beacon if there's no line. If there's a big line, and F it, the truck will go on video 30. I'm not waiting hours and hours. I'd like to get there to decent. How's the Duallie get around town as a daily driver? It's a pickup truck, man. It's just, you know, it's no Mercedes. You know, it doesn't ride as smooth as the Mercedes. It doesn't handle as nice as the Mercedes. It's not as fast as the Mercedes. It doesn't stop as good as the Mercedes. It doesn't accelerate as good as the Mercedes. And it damn sure doesn't like the snow like my 4MATIC Mercedes. So, yeah, I mean, it's a pickup truck, dude. I don't really know how to answer that question. I'm not trying to be an ass. I just don't, you know, it's not a Mercedes. So, yeah, I'm doing the swerve around the center lane trucks because they don't know how to get to the damn, right there. See the sign? Read the sign. Stay to the right. Nope, can't do that. Got to pass you on the right like every other jabrone out here. The crap gets old, let me tell you. So anyway, here we go. We're doing a thing. Oh, he's seen Tim's truck. Okay, well, yeah, it is where it is. See by the Escort driver services need special light, dealies. I'm told the rear Escort is not required. Maybe the pilot car, the lead car does, but I'm told the rear one does not. There's no specific specification required, and to be honest, who better to do it than another driver that does big loads? So that's how I see it. I was just curious about the truck's fat butt. Oh, I mean, I drive a Peterbilt through towns. I mean, I've had semi trucks through. I mean, I've dragged wide loads through Lower Manhattan, so a dually is not an issue. Jen is not a fan of the dual rear wheels, just in the fact it's wider than she's used to. But Jen didn't like driving the other truck either, the single rear wheel 2500. But she's driven this before. As a matter of fact, I even ordered the pedals for her specific on this truck, so the pedals come up to her so she can sit farther away from the wheel and have better vision of the mirrors, and not have to sit so far forward to reach the pedals. The pedals will come to her. So we ordered that specifically. But she's driven it. She hasn't had a problem with it. She's not big on parking it, but I guess that's the biggest issue is parking it. It doesn't fit in normal parking spaces. So I'll probably wind up in Midwest parking pricks one day, and I'll tell them to go F off, just like I tell anybody else, because the damn thing don't fit in our normal parking lot. Because normal parking lots are made for Honda Civics, not genuine pickup trucks. So that's my answer. Starlink is mobile now. Yeah, but not the one I have. My home state, a local driver through one of my areas. Okay, oh, I can't read everything here. Typical Ohio driver. Oh, it's not just typical Ohio. It's typical everywhere, man. I mean, how many videos you see me where I'm passing semi trucks and I'm on the right lane? I'm doing 65 in the right lane to 70, and I'm going by them because they're just dragging their ass. You know, I mean, that's, look at it. Everybody, look at it. Center lane, center lane. All the cars except one in front of me are in the left lane or the center lane, and no one's passing nothing. That's just typical of everywhere. It's one of my pet peeves. No one pays no damn attention. No one was taught how to drive the right way. Oh man, we'll come down the hill and I don't have any Jake brakes. Oh well, I'll have to just do what best I can do. Piss off people. You know what? All of a sudden in this empty valley there's signs. No Jake brakes. Psst, whatever. Ain't dragging my brakes down a hill for nothing. Kiss my butt. So yeah. Oh, I read that one already. You and Tim here. I understand. Oh, all right. I listen. I ain't trying to be nobody's hero there, driver. I'm just trying to be me, do my thing. You know, help out a good friend, make my money, keep my, make my living. Do what I do. Try to have fun. No, we are not putting 8V92 in Orwell. Orwell's got a 3406B, and that's engine he came with. That's what it's staying with. Ever pick up at Rosenhauer, Indiana? No. Or Forest Lake, Minnesota? No. So I keep holding my right hand, but my right hand starts getting going to sleep. I experienced that traffic was worse in Tennessee and Kentucky. Yeah, well, most of them highways in Tennessee are 2-lane. So it's 2-lane, the slow traffic tends to stay to the right. If it's 3 lanes, the slow traffic tends to stay in the middle. So the hammer lane is unusable in most states for the trucks, making the right lane the real hammer lane. Go figure. It's like the bizarro world. to me, the worst states for that are Virginia, New Jersey, and North Carolina. They don't get over when you're up behind them either. No, they don't. They just wish you were NASCAR. Just get bump draft them, put them in the wall. You wish you could, but you can't. Hey Steve, do I like cruise control? Yeah, I use it a lot on the Duallie. In fact, I'm using it currently. At least where I can. When I run up on something, I gotta tap the brake just to cut it off. Usually I just press cancel, but that's not an option right now. I live in Jackson, Wisconsin, and you have by here often, and can't believe you haven't run into you anytime yet. Well, I mean, I'm around. It's like everybody says that when they see me. Oh, I finally seen you. I mean, I am where I am. It's just a matter of what are the odds of two people being in the same spot. The thing is, you don't often know when you're gonna run into one particular truck and one particular person, but it does happen, and I'm very welcoming, and I don't mind spending time with subscribers if they happen to be where I'm at. I'll always at least say hi, shake your hand, even if I'm in a hurry. I'll always make some time. But if I am in a hurry, I'll polite. I'll spend a little time with you, but then I'll explain. Listen, I gotta go. If I got time, shoot, I'll yap your ear off, man. That just depends on the time frame I have, whether I have the time or not, right? Steve, don't like them dumbasses drivers getting. Oh, I've been doing this 25 years dealing with dumbasses on the road. I'm totally used to it. Trust me on that. It's annoying. It is what it is. I don't mind it when I'm in the car or the truck. It's almost fun on the motorcycle for obvious reasons. My son makes me nervous when he rides his motorcycle because he learned how to ride by riding with his dad, who rides with people that like to ride spiritedly, to say the least. So, yeah, it's funny. It's actually enjoyable on the bikes. Because you could just do what you got to do to get done what you got to get done. Is there a lot of freight for lowboy trailer? Honestly, once January 1st came, I hauled a subscriber's load and then brought a load back, and then I haven't ran the truck since, to be honest. I was planning on going away, so I told dispatch when I wasn't willing to, at some point I wasn't, there was a date where I told them don't bother looking for freight for me. I'm not going to haul it because I'm taking time off with family. And that's the time, which is now, but now we're probably not doing that, so we'll see. But January's been real slow, so my answer was try to spend a lot more time in the shop and get projects done. So I've been working on the car, I've been working on the Ford. I did the lives with you guys with the Ford. So very soon, maybe before, honestly, what I want to do is I want to get that frame out of the Ford and get it packaged, and I want to get a load to New England or out east so I could go to take that frame rail to New England on Orwell and then deliver that frame template up to Vermont so I can get my new frames, my new frame rails made and get that done, and I'd be so happy. So I'll be so happy when I can actually start putting, not just taking apart, but putting that Ford together. And hopefully I'll be able to do some collabs with some other cool YouTubers regarding putting that Ford together. There's been some, I'm not saying who until they want to say anything or tell me go ahead and start talking about it. But there are a handful of YouTubers, plural, that I'm interested in, and they have expressed interest in working with me to put my cab over Ford together. So there's a few stages of that build, obviously, but I really want to start seeing that done, and then I want to start looking into a donor frame or another good template for the 352 to come back online also. So one of the things I got to do with the 352 is I got to worry about sorry, I lost my train of thought. I got to worry about measuring everything out. The engine's got to be rebuilt. I like to try to see if I can get Jakes on an engine, but I would I want to keep running the trucks the way they were built rather than do like big conversions. Truthfully, honestly, I'd probably rather put a B model in than put the A model in, but I have to buy a B model, which I don't have other than the one I have for Orwell. So I really don't want to do that. So I'm not really 100%. But the point is, I like to get the stuff that's plugging up the shop out of the shop before I start on the big, much bigger project that I have planned, that I literally have one piece bought for, and that's it. But nothing's been done to it, or not enough's been done to it to make it a viable, unit. So it is what it is. I'll figure it out. I just gotta take the time. But yeah, a little bit at a time. But the trick is to try to get crap done and not hogging up the space that I have available. Come on, just got the wrong buttons. There we go. Resetting the cruise. I had to get out of that little spot there. So that's the basic plan. Up there it is. Trying to get my comments come back. Since you're a one-man band, what are you going to do with multiple trucks? I have a driver. I have a guy that's interested in driving for me. He's clearly, by what he's doing right now, he's clearly qualified to run exact same stuff I'm doing. So if he'll drive a cab over, which he says he would prefer, that's fine. If not, I'll have to hire somebody new. The mechanic that I was talking to also has driven in the past. He should be qualified to do. If not, I can get him qualified because he has passed, and I could probably get him because he's a little older than me. So he could probably drive at a part-time basis, work if he wants to. I'm not gonna, if he wants to, he can. But we'll see. He can work on the trucks, drive the trucks. It's also possible that I might just have him do more like a local pickup for me while I'm coming back in with a load. He can get a different trailer and load up something. Now I can just drop the trailer, edit video, turn and burn, rather than take the time to get loaded like you often see me do. But yeah, I am trying to expand to where I have multiple trucks, multiple drivers, mechanics. Same kind of thing like Tim's doing, except I am leased to a company. But eventually I might get my own authority and do something completely different that doesn't compete with Meyer Express at all. So we'll see. I don't really know what the future is. I know I have a future. I'm trying to make the best of it. Why does it take so long for low boy trailer to turn? I don't know what you mean by that. It takes so long for a low boy trailer to turn. Any trailer that's long has to take a big amount of real estate to make a turn. The old Ford is coming around nicely. Like that bracket made looks nice. Yeah, that's just a frame to hold the back of the truck up and keep the frame square and at the same width. So when I set my cross members, they're at the same width that they're supposed to be. Don't put a driver in Orwell, it's irreplaceable. No, that's for sure. I don't foresee me ever putting a driver in Orwell. Orwell built the channel, so Orwell will be exclusive to me. That's the plan anyway. Since you're one, someone has to have a question, buddy. Are you trying to go for 280 wheelbase on the Ford? I'm not specifically going for a certain wheelbase. What I am going for is as short as I can make it and fit the larger fuel tanks and the green APU. So it's going to be as long as it has to be, which will be approximately 24 feet long, bumper to bumper. Approximately. That's seeming to be where it's based on Orwell's fuel tanks and the green APU. That seems to be a good length of truck, and it has nothing to do with how long I want it. It's just how long it has to be to have reasonable fuel capacity, space for the green APU, and dual, tandem, drive axle. Thank you. Trying to see Darwin, Paul. Yes, that's the truck. I don't know what you're talking about there. Bobby Super Trucker Dan is here on YouTube. Okay, nobody drives Oral, only Steve. Yeah, that's. I guess to read older comments here. Is it worth giving? I don't know. I don't have to. I make a good living doing what I'm doing. Excuse me. But I do good by doing what I'm doing. But why should I just stay at what I'm doing? Why should I not at least look into improving and things getting better. Listen, the economy might not be all that great right now, but it's going to have to eventually improve. I mean, everything improves in time, so why would I limit myself? You know, why wouldn't I press on to be better and get more things accomplished in my life? I mean, why should I stay where I'm at? Why should I not grow and become a better owner operator, better business owner? You know, and straight up make more money and do better for my family. Why would I not do that, right? Go a couple more comments before I get out of here. Somebody said hit that like button. Yeah, no doubt. Hey Steve, I'm taking a trip from Oklahoma to Iowa. Do you have any advice or tips for driving in this bad weather? No, I'm not going to give you driving tips. I'm going to simply tell you that I would be prepared. I don't know what you're driving in, but especially if you're in a car, I would prepare for an extended stay in your vehicle should you be stranded. In automobiles, what usually hurts people is your own exhaust system. Don't run low on fuel. I'll be stopping shortly. I'm at a quarter tank, and I hold 50 gallons of gasoline in this truck. I ordered it with a bigger tank. So quarter tank still is 113 miles of range according to what the truck's saying. So don't run low on fuel, because your fuel is what keeps you heated and alive. Also can hurt you, because if you don't keep digging out your exhaust in a bad storm, you can get hurt by the asphyxiation, and I mean permanently hurt, meaning not around anymore. So you got to watch out for that. So if it's bad weather, prepare for extended stays stranded in your vehicle. Your vehicle is your only form of life, and you need to maintain that. Keep warm clothes. It's not a bad idea to keep some food on board. Something to eat. I mean, I'm not saying like you're going to spend like a month in your car, but I've seen it where people spend 3-4 days stuck in a snowstorm. Your vehicle might not get stuck, but if you get two goofy trucks in front of you that have dual tandems, but only one of them is a drive, all you need is two of them side by side to be stuck, and a car try to get around and get hung up. A front wheel drive, one wheel drive, little go-kart, try to go around. Now you're three wide. Nobody's moving. So just because you're not stuck doesn't mean the highway's open, and then it just keeps snowing and snowing, and you're buried and you're done. That's how that always happens. So yeah, be prepared for the weather. 21 degrees out is warm for what I've been dealing with, but it's still cold enough to put you down permanently. So consider it. Have extra clothes, blankets, a heavy coat, gloves, the ability to dig your exhaust pipe out if you need to keep running it. That's as far as how to. I'm not going to get into that. If you don't know, then you probably
Police reported ahead.
Or figure out how to maintain yourself better. So, it's supposed to be coming up past the rest area here, so it's probably a cop in the pickle park. We'll see. I'm not sure. We'll see. Oh, I see him over there. He's on the side road next to the pickle park, so he's not really man, he's gonna have. That'd be a cute trick. If he can get from that road through to pickle park and all the way out to catch somebody, he'd have to work at that one. I guess he could. It's a pretty good setup. Either that or, I don't know, Waze is showing another one up ahead. So there's that one we just passed, and there's another one up there. So I don't know, it might be a radio car to another one. But I've seen him before he saw me, so we're good to go. Yeah. So that's probably about it. I'm going to get off here because I'm not too far from getting off the toll road, and then looking for the Best Buy, go get my GoPros, and then get at it here. Keep some change, you guys running in bad areas. Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea, but again, it depends on the vehicle. Like, if this thing gets stuck, it's not because I'm stuck. It's because the road
Police reported ahead.
is closed in front of me, and I can't get through because I can't push semi-trucks off the road. So, I mean, this thing's four-wheel drive. It will get through pretty much anything. I mean, yeah, if you run her off into the ditch, I mean, and it's like, high centered and really super deep snow, well, then the only option is to air down and then try to crawl out that way. Oh, there's nobody here. Just going by the bear den. 5 of the 6 cars that are there are still snow covered. Hammer down, boys. But yeah, Yeah, again, know your vehicle. But if you got a front-wheel drive, one-wheel drive car, yeah, you might want to keep chains. Rear-wheel drive pickup truck, two-wheel drive basically. Yeah, you might want to keep something like that. Throw some sand in the back. I told Matt with popcorn, if he's in bad weather, go buy some bagged concrete and just stack it in the load bed and leave it there. And just leave it there. Just got a text message. That's what that noise was. I can't see it. I'm not gonna play it on the car stereo. But yeah, I told Matt, just go buy 3 or 4, maybe 5 bags of concrete and just throw it in a load bed. All you're looking is for the weight. If it gets wet, it'll become hard as rock. Great. All you're looking is for weight over the rear axle. Crap like that helps you out a lot too. Keep a shovel with you maybe. Oh yeah, for digging your tailpipe out, whatever. I like to pick your brains on things like classic cars and going back to trucking again. Well, I'm gonna try to ask questions. You forget about it. If it's really icy, you're pretty much done anyway, because snow's hard enough to drive in. Glare ice, freezing rain, that gets real complicated real quick. And nobody really knows what actual black ice really is. So yeah, it's so weird. I don't know. It's not the snow driving channel. Your friend Matthew has news for you. I have a friend. Oh, you talking to my son, Matthew? Whoever you are. Or are you speaking about what I don't know I can speak about? I like to pick your brain on things. Okay. Yeah, Cluster 78F. Talk about what you're talking about, because I can't really check on anything. Let me look here real quick. I'm trying to check on crap. No, I don't have nothing. They have a stretch. Okay, they're talking in riddles. I'm lost. And if you know something and you got my email me. Anyway, so yeah, that's all we're doing. So yeah, long story short, back to the whole point of the whole thing here. We're in the Hemi Duallie. We're in Ohio. We're heading to a location in Pennsylvania, and we are going to tail escort. We are the tail escort for Tim Gentry Superload, that big yacht, which is going to Wisconsin. Oh, he's talking about somebody else. Okay, I don't know who that is. All right, cool. Yeah, it is kind of. See, that's the thing. There's stuff I can't talk about when it comes to my future. So it's like there's stuff that might be coming up I haven't been told I can talk about. So it's like when someone's talking about something, I'm like, okay, do you know something I don't? And what, because sometimes crap. Bear in mind, 3 can keep a secret if 2 people ain't around. That's from Al Capone. So if I know something, it means somebody else knows something. That means if I'm not yapping, who is, right? That's kind of how that goes. Stretch frame. No, I'm not stretching the frame. I don't want a stretch frame. I just want a standard Peterbilt frame for the 352, and that's that. So yeah, long and short, like I said, we're going to run tail escort for Tim Gentry Superload starting tomorrow. I'll have the GoPros out doing a produced video on that. Maybe I'll try to talk Tim into once we're shut down doing a live his channel or my channel, or we'll maybe hit them both simultaneously. That probably sounds stupid, but there'll be enough people around to try to do it, make it cool. So I don't know, we'll figure something. I'll make it fun for sure. I'm looking forward to enjoying this. I really want to have a good time with it all, and go on with life. If you got a Peterbilt frame that's good to use, shoot me an email, festcheckshop@gmail.com. Oh, I don't have a FestCheck shirt on. I got an Orwell shirt on today. Usually I just sign it down and give you guys the spelling of my last name. So if you got that Peterbilt frame, festcheckshop@gmail.com. Shoot me an email and see what you got. I might try to get that off you. Yeah. Also, I got to figure out how to get that frame out here in Vermont. I'm trying to tie it up with an off-road trip if possible. put it in the big trailer and come out with the Razor. That'd be fun. But who knows? We'll see. I am a Buick Club of America, and my 1930 coupe is only there listed, including mine. I guess you guys are talking amongst yourselves. Dual lives would be great. Yeah, that would be cool. I don't know. That might just be a royal pain in the neck. So we might do one and then the other, or both. Who knows? We'll figure it out. So yeah. Anyway, where am I? What mile mark am I at? We're getting there. We're almost off the toll road. So yeah, Best Buy's closed at 7. It's like 5 o'clock. So I gotta find one. There was one I was thinking about going, but we were ripped right by it. I started my live late, and I wanted to get done early enough so Tim could drop his video whenever the hell he wanted to. Get on with it. Starting to get a little dark out. It's like 5 o'clock. So I'm glad it's still sunlight. So 5 o'clock here, it's still sunlight, because at home it's like 4:30. It's like, nah. Who wants to deal with that crap? Yeah, here we go, down the road. Just passed one over there. Oh, you can see him. So yeah, we'll see. If you happen to see me in Hubbard or somewhere out that way, that'd be cool. Like I said, I'm not in a super hurry, but I certainly don't have a lot of time, especially me having to stop, that's for sure. But yeah, I did say where I was gonna be, so you never know. You never know how that goes. Yeah. Reset that. There we go. Tim has a good father. He helps the company. Yeah, my father's too old and too sick to even think about trying to be helpful when it comes to what I've been doing for the last so many years. To be honest, he didn't really approve of what I've been doing until fairly recently. I guess when you struggle real hard and you're not making a lot of money, your parents might disapprove. But then all of a sudden, when you finally can make enough to where your parents consider yourself successful, where you can afford to buy a brand new pickup truck and a brand new Razor, and like, oh, now all of a sudden they approve what you're doing. Okay, how come 10 years ago when I was struggling, or even worse before that, when I was struggling through the recession and being the best dad I could, and still like taking my kids out, I was literally living in a camping trailer, but still taking a camping trailer out to like cross the country with it, go down to Florida with it multiple times with your children, paid for by the fact you don't have a big rent on a house and you're doing your own maintenance on your own truck in the shop you park a trailer next to. How come your parents can't be proud of you for that, but they're proud of you because you can afford to buy something? But being a hell of a great dad, not so much. How come? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe my view of what should make you proud of your children are different. For me, my one son is very good with money. He does pretty well. Matthew, he's just starting out in life. He financially struggles, let's be real. But I am super proud of my sons. I don't think they could do anything to make me more proud than what they are and what they're doing right now, to be honest. So that's how I look at it. It ain't the money. I can give a crap about what they buy. I'm all about who they are and what they do, as men, as people, as the men that I raised them to be. So it ain't about the money. So that's kind of my view on it. I don't know. I don't even know how I got into that. Someone scrolled me into it. Somebody says, I do miss seeing Maggie. How's she doing? As far as I know, Maggie's good. She got with this one boyfriend that she was just starting to date. Then they moved in together, and then she moved. She was my neighbor. She moved out and moved in with him, and I haven't really seen too much of her. Still got her info. I can get a hold of her anytime, for as I know. But I haven't had any work for her to be done while I'm not there, so haven't had a need for her, so I haven't been really contacting her. But Maggie's between my sons in age. Like, she's literally younger than Sean, older than Matthew. So, I'm not hanging out with people that age, like, as friends, Like, neighbor, you come down, have a beer, throw a steak on a grill, that's one thing. But I'm like, hey, how you doing? I'm old enough literally to be your dad, vice over almost. But, yeah, let's go hang out. No, that don't work that way. She's a hell of a welder, knows her crap, so if I need her, she's more welcome to come back, for sure. But I need full-timers, not part-timers, so that's how it is. You, Tim, James, the dream team. I guess you're talking James Pretty? Yeah, James is a good dude. I love how he does them old trucks. And he don't even drive them. Like, he doesn't have a trucking company. He just loves old trucks. That's cool. Family is key. Yeah, I was taught that. But the ones that taught me that forgot about that. So I got thrown out like a pile of trash once my usefulness was over. That happened many times. So I'm done with it. The only one that really gives a care is my mother, but she's scared to do anything about how she's held in captivity by my sister. How much do you think the yacht load is paying Tim? I don't know, and if I did know, I wouldn't tell you. I wouldn't even tell you a guesstimate, which is probably pretty accurate, because I don't tell people what I make, and I don't tell people what other people make. It's more than a ham sandwich, as an Amish guy taught me how to say, or a couple of sandwiches. You know, whatever. What he makes is his business. You know, that's that. What I make is my business. If I choose to tell you, that's for me to decide. But I'm not known for that. Appreciate you, driver. Flash me over. And I'm not even towing nothing. Because that's cool. But yeah, no, I wouldn't even venture a guess. Just in the fact that that's nobody's business. I'm sure he knows what he's doing to make a profit on what he's doing, and that's fine. My dad and I don't see eye to eye. But, I remember how he got into that. Tim with his dad. Later we found out our groove. He passed a few years back. No, yeah, I'm glad it worked out for you. I think my dad's gonna pass, still hating me, and that's fine. I'm trying to be at peace with that because I think my father is dealing with a mental issue due to medication and other medical problems that could be creating a mental issue. I'm not going to say mental illness, but I'll just say an issue where my dad isn't acting normal. So I'll simply leave it at that to be nice about it. But I'm at peace with it. The man that my dad is now is not the man that raised me as a young man, or even as a teenager, or even as an adult. We've always had our problems. My dad wasn't perfect, but he was a good dad. Right now, I don't think he knows what he's doing fully. He's made some terrible decisions. He's absolutely screwed my mother over totally without knowing he did it. And now it's too damn late. My mother is afraid to fight back, and I'm the only one that can fight for him. So, I have to deal with that. But no, my dad's gonna pass hating me, and I guess that's fine. Crazy how you get triggered over a money question. Not triggered. None of your effing business. Try that. How much? What's your name? Let me ask you. It's written in like some crazy script. But whoever the hell you are, email me festjexshop@gmail.com. Email me your last pay stub. Email me your last pay stub, and I'll be sure to post it for you. So put up or shut up, punk. Email me your pay stub, and I will post it for you. Since I'm triggered by a question. No, F you. What other people make and none of your business. Don't worry about what other people make. Worry about what you make. And if you're doing so good, send me an email with your pay stub, and I'll post it. There you go. So everybody will know what you make there. If not, shut the F up and get the F off my channel. Try that. Triggered. I'll trigger you. How you like that for an answer? See, that's the thing. I don't take nobody's crap. And people got to recognize that. Let's see here. I'm so sorry your family breaking up. I pray that they heal before it's too... not going to happen. Not going to happen. My sister is my enemy. My sister is the enemy of my family. And that's never going to change because she's a fundamentalist wackadoo with 15 dogs in a house. So she's a fundamentalist wackadoo. She's twisted in the head, and she's psychotic borderline. So I have no use for her, and I don't think the world's got use for her, to be honest. She's a pile of trash, and her and her cuck husband. Yeah, I said it. You don't like it? F off. You don't wear the pants, she does. Oh, wait, man, I'm triggered for that, too. I do OnlyFans much more, thank you. Okay, good. Well, post your settlements then. Let's see what you do. Let's see what you're doing there. I want to see what kind of money you're making. Alrighty. All right, I'm getting ready to jump off of here. I got to go find a Best Buy, and then I got to go check out Truck World and see what I can get. So I'm not going to just throw the phone on the console and then let you guys watch the ceiling while I pay the toll bill. So I'm going to jump off out of here, and that's about that. So we'll probably see you next on Gentry's video, or next time I get to do a produce video. But I'll probably throw this video in between the production, between that crap with the toll road, not the toll road, the TA in Connecticut with their sticker madness and vandalizing trucks. I don't know, I'll probably interrupt the regularly scheduled production videos with more modern production video, just because it's more fun and be cool. So, all right, guys, I'm out of here. Later.